Okay. Come a little closer to me, my darling. Oh no, maybe not. Oh. Kitty. I got the kitty and he's helping me with my hangover. This is episode 58 and there has only been one other hangover podcast. This is, I think, personally pretty good going. Okay? Yes. It's going to be fine. It's going to be lovely. I'm going to drink my coffee. Everything's going to be wonderful. It's such a pretty day outside. I can't look outside. It's too bright. How does one start a podcast? That's what the kids are calling it these days. I think I'll just start. Yeah, that's how you do it, right? Hello and welcome to the Babbles Travelling Yarns podcast. You are with me. I am Grace. I went out last night. It's 2:00 on Sunday, the 4th of February, and I got out of bed 2 hours ago. That's really late for me. Normally I'm up early and doing stuff. But it's a lovely lazy Sunday. I had a coffee, I made some croissants. I had a great night last night with all of my cousins. It was fabulous. So this week I'm going to talk about my knitting project that I've been working on. I've been doing a lot of work on. The double weaving project I have started with my new Ashford 16-inch rigid heddle loom, and then it's just the new sample it one. And then I want to talk a bit about some sewing that I've been doing with my hand weaves and some advice about that I was given, and a little bit about my spinning as well. So actually there's quite a lot. I was going to say this might be a short one, but to be honest it might be quite a lot to talk about. It might be short because I need to lie down again before I go back to work tomorrow. So where do I start? I wrote show notes. I wrote like an actual blog post. Oh yeah, so I've started writing a little blog. Now the show notes will be down below as well, but more extensive show notes with links and stuff will be in my blog. Actually, I think I'll just link the blog below because I can't be bothered writing up a whole separate thing. You know? So yeah, I'm starting a new blog over on my website and I'm going to give it a go and see how it works. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. Whatever. You try things, they work. You try things, they don't work. I'm not too fussed about either. So first off, let's talk about my knitting. So actually the pattern for the mix and match cardie is out now as of today. This is the mix and match cardie. I have, failed at my target of finishing it before the 31st. I did my best. I knit on nothing else, but then I got into weaving and then I was working a lot and all that business. So life happens. I'm really sorry, Mina. But the pattern is perfect. There was no issues with the pattern. And all the rest of her testers got back to her and the pattern's out now. So exciting. So this is my mix and match cardie. It is an ombre fade, which I have dyed myself. This is a bit of chocolate I spilled on it. I am super sad and I'm gonna get that out later on. I meant to get it out before I showed it to you. It was some of that amazing new Ben & Jerry's vegan chocolate fudge brownie business. That's intense, that stuff. But anyway, oh my god, my cat fell off the window. Mr. Beans, you're so silly. Oh, poor Mr. Beans, are you okay? He fell off the window and he's playing it cool, but I'm not gonna let him because he's too cute. Mr. Boone, say hi. Say hi to your adoring fans. He's just gonna clean his beans. Look at those green eyes. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the mix and match cardi. So let me show you where I am on it. So this is yarn that I dyed in a kit. Darling, you are not going to be able to do that. So if you just go on up there, yeah, fine, perfect. I need to make a windowsill pillow for my kitty cat. So, no, you're not allowed to drink coffee either. Kitty cat. I'm like the worst. No, I'm not having shinies. I'm trying to drink this coffee really quick so he don't drink it. I don't know, is it bad for cats? I assume it is. It's bad for humans, so it might be bad for cats. No. I heard that they can have soy milk but just in tiny doses because they can't really digest it. But I don't know about oat milk, which is what I use. If anyone knows, let me know. Because he's a big fan of bread and, of course, milk. So, I am doing 2 sleeves at a time. Sleeve Island got me. It got me bad. I'm at the ribbing. I'm at the ribbing of these sleeves. And I wanted to have like a full, long, cozy, comfy cardigan. And I'm getting it. I am there. I am working on it really well. It's just taking a little bit longer than I thought. Oh, fudgesicles. No, pet, you need to not do that. No. What? It's put in a sound bar. I don't want a sound bar. Okay, let's just close that. No. So I've got another sweater on underneath this. So I'm just at the ribbing now, and I'm going to do a nice long ribbing. And it's going to be adorable. It's super cozy, comfy, nice big sleeves for coziness, and putting, you know, because I'll have like, my uniform is going to be under this because I'm going to wear it when I'm on call, when I'm running in and out of the hospital. Now, you can see here there's a bit more kind of blocking going on in the sleeves because I haven't been blending as perfectly as I was in the body, because in the body I could have 2 strands going at once. So I could do 1 row, you know, 2 rows one color, 2 rows the next color. So the blending is a lot more kind of blendy. And then the sleeves are a little bit more blocky. Because there was no way, because I'm doing 2 at a time, because there was no way I was going to be doing, excuse me, oh, that's a bad cough. There was no way I was going to be dealing with 4 strands of yarn. I did that in my my So Faded sweater, and it came out beautiful, but it drove me stark raving mad. So I love these anyway. So I'm going to, I've been knitting essentially until I've got like little bits of yarn left, like little bits. So like varying little bits so I can do the shawl collar. And depending on how much I have left, I'll just do the shawl collar as long as I need to do it. So yes, that's the mix and match cardi. I've done the stockinette version with a high-low hem. So it's like a small little part in the front, and then it extends in the back. It's a little bit longer for cozy comfiness. And I'm going to do the shawl collar, which I'm excited about. So yay, that's my mix and match cardi with added chocolate stain, which I need to get out. Now, that's that. It's in my bag by our Cottage Number 9, which is my Cottage Number 9 on Etsy. Fabulous, really well made local bag maker from Limerick, Terry, who I haven't seen. Hopefully I'm going to see her this week during knit night, for knit night this week. Got little penguins on the inside, two big pockets, and a really sturdy handle. I bought a bag recently. Actually, the handle gave way on me, so I really appreciate a good sturdy handle on these. So now it's holding up super well. Thank you so much, Terry. It was a wonderful gift that she gave me. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is an almost finished project. It is my little bag. So you guys might remember this from such scenes as that scene of Rage where I cut this off my loom in absolute fury last week. So the yarn is kind of gross, acrylic, kind of lumpy bumpy. It's got 3 strands in it, and one of them is plied together quite tightly, and then the other is like wrapped around really loosely, but it just falls apart. Weaving it was sort of torture. It's got this boucle business going on. I really, really didn't like it. I didn't like working with it, so I cut it off the loom. And I said, listen, I'll just bring it into my sewing class on Monday and see if we can just play around and learn a bit about how to make a bag. So this was just a piece. This was actually just the start of the, when you're weaving, you've got to put in a kind of a starter thread, just to even out the weft, because it's tied in bundles. You can see it here where it was tied in bundles of 6, so it evens out the weft. But we left it there because it adds a really nice trim, I think. And we left the weave, even though I'm kind of regretting it. I think it's not, the yarn itself isn't strong enough to be knotted. Like, it's not, it just falls apart when I touch it. It's a really nice little project. It's to do though. So what is it? It is a little purse. It's got a little magnetic catch on it. I haven't even, oh gosh, this has been a week and I haven't even ironed it. Oopsie. So it's a little purse, and it is amazing how this was made. I don't even think I've sewn up the inside lining bit where I pulled it all through. So yeah, everything came through this little hole. I haven't sewn it up yet. I'll top stitch it later. Maybe not. The most important thing about hand woven fabric is that it needs to be stabilized, because it's a little bit of a wide fabric. You know, that you can kind of see through the fabric. Especially acrylic, because this didn't block out. Do you know what I mean? It didn't puff up. It's not like wool. So it wasn't very sturdy. So what we did was we needed to stabilize it. And because it was going to be a bag, we stabilized the entire inside. So I basically interfaced. We ironed on a thick, what's it called? Firm interfacing. Yeah. So this was effectively 3 times as long. Ironed on the interfacing, and then we sewed on the lining and found out where these little button was going, and then turned it all inside out, and it all clicks together like magic. It's amazing. So my next plan is to use the yarn that I haven't taken off the yarn off of my 10-inch samplet, and I'm going to use a couple of the threads to weave what's it called? A belt, and it's going to be a strap, and I got some cotton that I want to use with it, and I think that's going to work really well. It does kind of mean I was looking to see if I could buy a small little belt shuttle, but I was like, do I want to spend a tenner, or can I just use the shuttle I have and just use like a larger shuttle? It's fine. The thing with belt weaving, which I was looking up, is that because I'll just show you this large loom here. Because the threads are quite wide, for making a belt it kind of comes down very narrow, so you can't really use the rigid heddle to push it down, because it'll stretch out the fabric and it's just going to go weird. So you actually use your shuttle to push down the belt into a small little tight little area. So hopefully next week I'll have something on that, and I'll show you what I mean about that, because I do want to give it a go. It seems fun and quite reasonable to do. Now, so that's my little bag. Isn't it cute? I'm really proud of it. My first sewing hand woven fabric. Now what I need to do is hand spun, hand woven, hand stitched project. And I have a plan. You know what I'm going to do. I just need to do it. Today could have been that day. It's not been that day. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. So let's talk a bit about what I have on the loom at the moment then. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tilt this down so you can see, because I'm not going to be holding it up. So this is a double weave project which I've got on the loom at the moment. It is some Circus Tonic handmade yarn, yellow, and this beautiful kind of grey blue, like a muted navy but a little lighter. It's absolutely lovely. So I wasn't originally drawn to these colors. I had used them because there was another actually it's this yarn here which I bought off a friend, and I bought the blue and the yellow to go with that yarn to make some outfit or something. But blue and yellow is not really my colors. And then I've remembered that blue and yellow are Tipperary colors. My family's from Tipperary, so this is my Tipperary outfit. And sometimes it takes a little bit of figuring out there, to, you know, for projects, because I didn't really want to be using the amazing yarn that I had. Like, this is beautiful yarn, but you know, if you're just not in love with the colors, you're like, oh, I just don't know what I can do with this, but it's turning out really lovely. So this is called a double weave. So what's going to happen is when I'm finished, it's actually 2 layers, if you can see. It's 2 layers of weaving. It's amazing. So when it folds out, I did the warp on my Instagram lives. I'm so sorry for my throat. So what I did was I did this part of the warp, which the little scrap of the yarn that I had left. And I'm kind of annoyed because it's not really going to show up. And that was silly of me, but that's okay. Then I did it kind of, so this is going to fold out. So it's going to be yellow in the middle and then dark on the outside. And I really like that idea. Now, when I'm weaving, I am actually trying to weave in the same pattern as the warp. So when I'm weaving the weft, all the picks, I'm trying to make the yellows longer each time and the blues shorter. So what I'm hoping to end up with is squares of fabric which look like a kind of an optical illusion. We'll see if that works. I have no idea. So I'm a little bit worried about this edge because it's joined. If you can see, it's joined there. So sometimes this can be quite tight when you're unfolding. So I'm deliberately trying to be loose here. And I'm not sure if that's going to work or not, but I actually like that the fact that I put the last few threads here blue, because it means that, you know, it's a center ridge, so even if it looks odd, it looks like it's on purpose, you know. So I think it's going to be fine. So let me show you how to do it, I suppose, since we're here. I've got there's a couple of links in the blog post which I've put up, which I'm going to put up. But this is a very valuable little diagram of how to weave a double weave fabric. So what you're doing essentially is you're weaving in a C shape. And I wish I had the name of the lady. Oh, I think I do. Hang on. I'll just get it up on the screen so I can give her proper credit, because she has an amazing blog post about it. And I learned everything I know from her, and I'm not going to say that I did it all by myself, because I didn't. It's called Melinda's Creations, Making Beautiful and Interesting Things. She's a tutorial double width weaving on a rigid heddle loom. She has a fantastic tutorial about how to warp it all. Like, it's amazing. It's really fantastic. You should have a little look at it. And that details for that are on my blog post and the links to her website. Now, just because Beans loves sitting. Oh, Beans is just here, by the way, if you can see him. Beans. He's so cute. So what I'm doing is, I'm weaving with yellow at the moment, so my blue is kind of tied up. It's tied up around here, so it's out of the way, and I'm making sure that I'm catching it on the top part. It's just caught in here. I don't know, you probably can't see that, but that's okay. So where are we now? I am coming out from underneath, looks like. So that was pick up stick B. So heddle 2 needs to be up. So I'm going to pull this up, and then I'm going to bring this across, and hopefully that'll work. I need to come across the top because that's where I'm coming from. So I've just picked up the top part. So I'm just leaving enough space there. Popping B down and just beating with heddle A. Then I know that it's pick up stick. Sorry, that one's gone down. Pick up stick A, which is the top one. I've got another pick up stick under here, if you can see. That's the way it's set up. And I'm going to catch, let me see. I'm going to catch the blue that's kind of on the side that I'm not using, just so my selvage edges are nice. And I'm just coming across there, and I'm weaving under the previous threads, the top edges. Now, I know that the front heddle has to come down, and I'm going underneath, because I know I'm doing the bottom layer now. I'm going underneath. So I've got effectively 3 threads up on top here, on top of the shuttle, because I know that I am weaving the bottom layer of the fabric. She does a much better tutorial. And then I have heddle stick B, and I'm going back. All right, and this is going to be where I end up. It's like a 4-stitch repeat type of thing, a 4 pick repeat. So it's not just heddle up, pick, heddle down, pick. It's pick up stick A, heddle 1 down, pick up stick B, heddle 2 up. So if you see here, that's what I've been doing. Pick up stick A is coming across, weaving the top part of the fabric, and then heddle 1 down, you're going down to the bottom part. Pick up stick B, you're doing the other side of the bottom part, you're coming up, heddle 2 up, you're weaving the top part again. And then you just go kind of, you're good weaving in a C. It's pretty magical and intense, and once you get used to it, same as anything, like you get used to a pattern, like a sewing and a knitting pattern, you just kind of get used to the feel of it. It is much slower than my little 8-inch scarves that I've been churning out, just because it's bigger. It's double the width. This is probably going to be 14 inches in the end. 14 inches wide now, so 14 by 2, 28 inches wide. Like the fabric is going to double out, so it's obviously taking me longer, but I hope it's going to come out nice. I really do. So it looks a bit wonky there. I think it actually is. I need to start fixing that up. I don't know why that's happening. I think there may be something in the way that I've tied stuff down here. It's fine. So I just thought I'd show you that. It's really interesting, and I'm enjoying it immensely. And now that I've realized that it's Tipperary colors, and actually it was Flying versus Farm who said that it was her home state's like colors, so she liked the colors. I was like, oh, hang on, they're actually my home county colors as well. So yeah, I like the color too. Now, so that is 3 of my projects. 2 weave, well, Actually, I've got a sewing, I've got a knitting, I've got a sewing, I've got a weaving, and I've got a spinning project that I'm going to talk to you about. So this is a hoe, which I have been talking about quite a lot, but I haven't talked about it recently, I don't think. I am so close to finishing this spin. I have one bobbin full of this beautiful purple. It's called Autumn Berries. It's by Ellie and Ada, who's Laura Hogan on Instagram, Ellie and Ada. She's an Irish dyer, and I did one of her clubs. I did one of her 3-month clubs, and I think it was July, August, September. So September 2017. This is Cheviot wool, Autumn Berries colorway, and it is beautiful. So it is quite hairy. It's quite rustic, but it's lovely to spin. It just loves sticking together. So what I did was I divided the braid down into lots of little strips, loads of little strips of roving, and I spun them end to end. And then I'm going to do a 3-ply Navajo ply, which means that I'm plying it like a crochet chain, so all the colors stay together. I'm aiming for an attempt at a self-striping sock yarn. I think it's probably going to be like my normal sport weight yarn. It's not thin enough. My single isn't thin enough to, when 3 of them are put together to make a fingering weight, it's gonna be a sport weight at least, I think. Let me just check. Not that I can check, but I mean, this is fairly simple stuff to check. It might be, you know. It actually might be. It's wanting to focus anywhere except. Yeah, we might be. It'll be interesting. So I've got another bobbin to go. Well, I've got 2 little nests back, two little strips of fibre left. I was spinning at the Midwest Spinners meeting in Glore in Ennis yesterday before I went out, and it was lovely, and I met some people there, and they were so lovely. So that's what I've been making, and that's my plan for that. It's going to be like a sock type. Because it's super sturdy. I've been spinning it quite high twist to hold it together actually, and also a 3-ply, trying to get a 3-ply and a self-striping. The sequence of self-striping isn't long enough to do, I think, like a shawl or anything larger. You know, it needs a short circumference to get the self-striping if it's going to have any, I think. Especially when I 3-ply it, there might not be any. It might just be variegated, and that's fine too. It's a little experiment. To be honest, all of my spinning is experiments because I don't know what I'm doing. But that's how we find out how we do, isn't it? So that's what I've been up to this week. I have got a couple of giveaways. I'm so sorry for the yawning. Mina, a knitting expat, has decided to offer me one of her new sock clubs to give away. And I'm just going to look up the details about that now. So she's got 2 sock clubs. The first one out is her cozy sock collection. So I'm going to open up a Ravelry thread in there, and I'm going to pop a little question in there and ask you to let me know what you're most looking forward to in the next season. Whether it's been super hot in summer and you're looking forward to the cooler weather, or whether you are looking forward to the long days of summer and the life coming back, or what's kind of local to you that you would really love in the season that's coming forward. For me, primroses. I'm so excited to see primroses. It's going to be beautiful. I love primroses. Did you know you could eat them? They're delicious in salad. So lovely. They taste kind of like, have a nutty taste, nutty sweet taste. It's amazing when I found out you could eat them. Now, what was I talking about? Mina, flip there she is. Let me have a little look at. She has another sock club, which I would like to gift to somebody. Wow, you've got so many. Oh, the mix and match card is up. So cute. It should be in my library because I got them from Mina. She's so sweet. Ah, yes, the Wanderlust sock collection, 2018 sock club. So, oh, you get 2 pairs of, one of the socks is out. Resferber socks. That sounds awesome. So the winner will get one of the 2 clubs. And let me just read a little bit about the Wanderlust sock collection in a minute. So most of the patterns for the Wanderlust were designed with speckled, tonal, semi-solid or lightly variegated colorways in mind. However, you can use whatever yarn you want. So let me just see here. Oh, that's really cute. The first sock in the Resferber socks collection is the restless. Resferber, it means the restless race of the traveler's heart before the journey begins. Oh my god, I love that so much. Oh my god, they're beautiful. They're stunning. You should go and have a look at them. They're absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it almost looks like hand spun yarn. It's beautiful. What yarn did she use for that? Fully spun sock in the blue hole colorway. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's like it's dyed before it's spun and then spun. So nice. So yeah, there's the Wanderlust sock collection and there's also the Cozy sock collection, which looks so comfy. You get a free pattern, Mistletoe Kisses, as part of it. And then her first sock has come out. It's called the Warm Snug Socks, Wavy Tucks. So they look like really, really cozy, kind of around the ankle. You know that part of your leg that gets super cold and it's not yet covered by your this part. I wish I had them on right now, but all my nice socks are in the wash. So around the ankle she's got this really interesting pattern which kind of makes a nice little chunky cozy section around the ankle, which is beautiful. So yes, I want you to pop over and tell me what you're looking forward to in the coming season to win that prize. Thank you so much, Mina, for the opportunity. You're so kind and generous. She's the best. So that's what I'm going to be doing this week. I'm going to be hopefully finishing off the cardigan, definitely finishing off the sleeves anyway. I am like the worst. I'm the slowest. I'm not doing any more test knits. I can't do them. If there's sleeves involved, I need at least seven months per sleeve. Because Sleeve Island, it's hard to get off, you know? Gotta find your wood and you gotta build your little raft, and then you get stuck by the pool and you're drinking cocktails with all your friends who are also stuck on cocktail on Sleeve Island. At least there's cocktails and wine to get us through it. Oh lads, I haven't put on my red lipstick today because I don't feel like lying to you and pretending that I feel okay, because I just don't, and that's fine. Oh, I'm looking at my queue now and I don't want to because I have so many things I want to make. Everyone's talking about their beautiful Make 9, you know, what are they going to really work out? And I'm like, whatever I decide, that's what I'm going to make, whatever I want, whenever I want. I have like lots of ideas about what I would want, and I bet, you know what, if I stuck to something like that, that would be useful. But guess what? I never stick to a plan. So there. It's just not me. I don't know how to do it. I just get tired and I'm like, hey, this one day I didn't do it and no one came after me. And look, there are no consequences. Oh, that means that I can just not do the thing that I said I was going to do. Oops. Oh, I just want to say I'm wearing the drift sweater, drift pattern by Kristen Finlay. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. I want to make 16 more. And I'm also wearing some beautiful leggings that were given to me by Shannon of the Socksetra podcast, and who in turn was given to her by Yoga Joe Knits, and they are sweet legs. They're the most amazing leggings I own. I want to buy all the rest of the leggings by them, but they're a little bit pricey, so I have not. I bought some other leggings online and they were horrendous and awful, and I was like, you liars. These are horrible. I mean, I wouldn't even burn them because they'd probably cause the ozone layer to collapse again just by themselves. So yeah, I'm like, these are my favorite leggings all time. And I have a feeling that they split at some point. And I don't know where. But I'm still wearing them. I don't know. I don't care. So this is a pretty short and sweet podcast. Was I talking about anything else? Oh yes. Pins. Enamel pins, which I have ordered. They're going to be ready for before Edinburgh. Yay! I contacted the company and they said, yeah, no problem. We can put it through as a rush order. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. So there will be pins available from me at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. I'm so excited. They did cost a bit of money, so they will be going on to my shop as well for sale. But if you come up to me and talk to me at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, you might just get one, you know. I'll say that now and they'll all be gone and I'll be like, crap. I have no money now. Whatever. I love, they got back to me with the visuals and they look really cute. So that's exciting. So they should come through on the 8th of March. So they should be delivered around then, which is perfect because I'm leaving on the 12th. So they better, it's a bit of a short window. Fingers crossed. So, but they're only in the UK, so it shouldn't be too bad. Maybe, baby. Baby. So let me know how you're getting on. I hope everything's going well for you. We've had a couple of crazy things happen recently, just not with people I know, just in work. It's been quite intense. There's been a measles outbreak, and then the flu has been incredibly bad this year, so it's just been hectic and mad. And please mind yourselves, take care of yourselves. Please don't go to A&E if you think you have measles or if you think you have the flu. Don't infect anybody else, please. It's bad. Really bad. Yeah. So just call your doctor and ask for advice over the phone. Please don't go into a waiting room full of already immunocompressed people. Don't do that. Thank you. Public service announcement. Yeah, so I'm going to be lying down and I'm going to watch the first couple of episodes of Van Helsing. James says it's really good. I don't believe him. I'm going to make him prove me wrong. And then I'm going to go back to listening to My Favorite Murder podcast, which is the My Favorite Murder podcast with Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. I love them so much. I really want to go to see them in Dublin on this, I think it's the 7th of May, but there's so much happening in May. I really don't think I can go. There's a lot of stuff that's happening. Really good stuff. All good stuff. It's just a bit overwhelming sometimes. I need to find some boxes, some display stand things for woolen. I was thinking about grid wool, but grid wool is expensive. So I'm going to have to come up with some smart ideas. I'll work it out. Do you know what I found when I was rustling around in my mum's attic space? I found my old batik pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big bed sheet, a big cotton sheet, and I'm going to hand draw my logo on it and my Babbles yarns and then dye it with all my fun colors. I think that'd be so fun. I'm really excited to do that. And then you guys could have a look and see what batik is like, if you've not done it before. It's wax resist dyeing, really, painting. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I will have fun with that when the weather gets a bit better, because I do need a bit more space, and I'll probably do it outside. The dyeing anyway. I think it might need to be cold dyes, so it can't be acid dyes, because of the wax, because you can't, obviously, if you put, because acid dyes need heat to set it, so you have to use cold dye, which is fine. You can just use like Dylon or whatever. So I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be cute and fun and interesting. And I've got a couple of really cool people who've talked to me about some collaborations, and I need to get my arson gear and organize those, as well as dyeing a ton more yarn. Oh, also, I've had some sock blanks come in the post, and I actually have not dyed them yet because I want to get some big kind of wide caterers cling film, because I want to do some painting. I don't think I'll do representational sock blanks, especially because these are double sock blanks. I think they're going to be more expressive, kind of abstract. I just think they are not so hard to use. You know what I mean? And I really want to do some gradients as well. I think that'll be good. I'm on the hunt for a kind of a knitting machine, but maybe just an easy peasy cheapy knitting machine where I can just knit in a tube and then just dye a gradient from that. I'm on the test for that, on the hunt for one of those, keeping an eye out. All these ideas, so many things to do. I must remember to keep it happy and keep it enjoyable, because I do get overwhelmed, and it becomes not so fun anymore. Everyone does. That's a normal reaction to life. So I'm going to open the shades now and appreciate the sun and go out for a walk and then watch that thing that James wants you to watch and have a great Sunday. And the week ahead, I've got a couple of night shifts, so it's going to be a bit busy, but that'll be fine. Cool. I'll see you later, guys. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you want to, you can subscribe, you can like the podcast. You can also press that little bell that says that you want to be notified when the next podcast is released. That's kind of handy. I have that on for people that I really love and I want to see immediately, you know. I've been watching a couple of podcasts recently. There's this French girl. Oh gosh, what's her name? Yarn Flakes, the Yarn Flakes podcast. She's fabulous. I love her. She's a French girl. She lives in South France. Really amazing. She's weaving. She's doing like a scrappy sock blanket with her rigid heddle loom. It looks beautiful and it's giving me ideas. Big ideas. So yeah, she is Yarn Flakes. I really enjoy her. That's who I'm going to recommend this week. Okay, you guys, I will see you later. Hey, also, I would like to have a life where I could just take an hour out of every week to get my hair done by a lady in a place, because this hair is so pretty and I paid for it and it was so nice. That's the last time I'll have that done, probably for about a year. I'm thinking I am like very low maintenance, but it is so pretty when it works out. Look, I mean, this took a long time though, and there's no way I can do this every day. I don't know how some people do it. I don't know how some people exist with like kids and jobs and house and then they always look beautiful and fabulous. Whatever. I bet they don't always look lovely and all, but you know, everyone has days where they just don't give a crap. So it's weird. That's a weird complaining podcast. I'm sorry. Not really. Okay, I am actually saying goodbye now. And Beans is asleep on my lap, but he says goodbye too. Bye, Beans. Beans has got something in his eye. Poor little Beebs. Bye, Beans. He's hidden, you can't see him. He's a secret ninja cat. Oh, he's awake. Let me just see. Let me get a screenshot. Beans, just screenshot this for me.